More people than
Okay.
guys. I've been waiting on this
All
week. Fucking day.
Get back.
I'll be the one to take the risk to go and get them bands. I'll be the one to never sit and go and make a plan. Knowing my mother getting old now, got no time. Gotta keep a couple for the road, the rest get left behind. Yeah. To the hundreds, pledge allegiance, I stand. I'm gold post, I'm the fucking white sand. I give it all to this fucking mic stand. If it's been done before, then I know I can. I'm on the rise, I'm trying to keep a level head. She want my time, she begging me to
Yo,
give me
what's
the
the deal, y'all? Hope all is well. Welcome back to another episode. I'm Duke.
I'm Omar. I'm Jalan, and this is Nice and Neat. Oh, you ready? Dude, you ready?
You didn't
I'm
even
ready.
get my answer, bro.
I
before
know
you
you
moved on.
See,
And
you know what's so crazy?
That's crazy.
Hey, first and foremost, I seen your teeth, and I seen how excited you was, so I knew you was ready.
Let's get it,
But
man.
Duke, you know, he be a little bit more relaxed.
Let's get it, man.
Keep it a little more
Let's get
relaxed.
it. I'm ready.
he don't play that.
No.
We've already talked about this on episodes before. Duke don't play that.
I'm ready,
Duke
man.
don't play that.
I'm ready to do this thing. man.
Right.
Come on.
I asked you guys if you're ready because, so social media, right? Social media, let's just say,
We just don't get into the show without talking about this new setup.
I apologize so much.
Like we just gonna talk about.
I apologize so much. You guys, I apologize. We've been through so much getting this new setup together. This is the very first time you guys have ever seen this setup. You don't see the walls behind us. You don't see the lights behind us. This is a new setup. So I actually want to give so much credit to our production team today because they've done so much. We've had store runs. We've had everything, these mics, everything, just to make sure that we can make sure not only is it aesthetically pleasing, but the sound quality is amazing as well. So let's give it up for the production team today.
Round of applause.
It may be a permanent place or maybe a temporary spot. We don't know yet, but we're gonna get these next couple episodes off.
We're gonna get
What we do know is that we're filling it out. So you guys
Yeah.
just drop it in the comments below if you guys like it. If you guys are watching this show on YouTube, drop it in the comments below. And shit, if you're listening, if you guys think it sounds good, just give us a thumbs up in the reviews. All right?
Hey, you know, I'm thank you, bro.
Yeah.
I apologize. I apologize.
We got to
for-
keep our people up to speed.
for real, because they're like, it's different.
Gotta keep it
Hey,
in
you
the
know
loop.
what? On the last video too, I actually seen a comment that said, "Can you guys change the aesthetic?"
No, they didn't say
Yeah, it was like, "Can you guys change the aesthetic?" You're welcome. We listen. You're welcome. We
We're
listen.
doing all right.
Yeah,
We
for
got
real.
people who don't like things.
We got people who don't like things.
So I guess we're doing all right.
So-
we're doing all right.
Today, right? I think it's dope that we're gonna be talking about this because, you know, I just put it like this: if we sleep 8 hours a day, right? Let's just say general consensus: people sleep 8 hours a day. We have an 8-hour workday as well, which leaves 8 hours of free time, right? If we spend 2 hours a day on social media, that's the average calculated time of social media. That's about 25% of our day dedicated to social media. So whether you feel like it's important or not, it serves some sort of importance. You know, 25% of your day dedicated to social media. And I think it's important to sit down and talk about this topic specifically because, you know, within spending that amount of time dedicated to social media, you have a partner, you know, or you may have a person that you're looking to become your partner. And it's important to make sure that there is a certain respect or a comfort level or some sort of etiquette that is created to make that person feel comfortable. So social media is a hot topic in the dating space, especially in the relationship space.
Yeah.
Oh, do you have any do's and don'ts within your relationship when it comes to social media?
For social media, do's and don'ts. I think we all have our own do's and don'ts, right?
Oh, I definitely do.
Even those that are
sure.
listening and watching have their own do's and don'ts, right? But since you want to ask me specifically, let me get into my don'ts or can'ts for my relationship.
And you know, can't is a strong word in the culture. Can't. Like, oh, what do you mean can't?
Yeah, but when you're in a relationship, though, you understand the word can't.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. I just want you to make that clear.
Because that's what we're talking about right now, right?
Right.
Can't
Right.
lives here.
Can't lives within relationships. It may not live within your own personal life, but when you're in a relationship with someone, it can't exist, right? So I think for me,
You know what? Before you get into it, because I know you know what your can'ts are, but what does can't really? What does it mean? Like, what does can't mean? Why does can't have a lifeline?
And can't doesn't mean you're physically unable. No, like you are capable of doing anything that you want to do, right? But within this relationship, can't exist. So within this relationship, you can't do these certain things. Now, if you choose to do those things, well, I'm not so sure that this relationship will be as solid or as lengthy as you may anticipate or assume. Okay, so for me,
I would also say that can't is you setting boundaries, right? And can't doesn't necessarily. It's not necessarily about the other person. It's really about can't, like, what you're willing to deal with. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
And you don't have
Yeah.
to be in a relationship to use can't. You know what I mean? You could can't a woman when you dating her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, set the precedent.
Yeah,
Set the
it's just
precedent
it's
right
I
just,
got some can'ts.
It's just
Yeah.
setting boundaries for yourself, really.
yeah.
Let's hear those can'ts.
You want to hear my okay?
I want to hear those can'ts.
All right, so like as I said, you know, we all have our own list of do's and don'ts, and I think that pretty much, generally speaking, all men will agree with this one. But my first, and really most important can't for social media is, like, especially when it pertains to my woman, is not posting provocative content or pictures. Right? For me, that's a huge no-no, because with provocative content inspires or opens the door to communication that shouldn't be had. Right? Right?
What if your girl's just attractive
Or
like,
sexy.
Sometimes,
Now, what if
sometimes
she just
you're
sexy?
I'm glad you said that word. Right? Because there's a fine line, right? And where I was going with that is, you know, this question is relative to each relationship, right? Now, my relationship in particular, you know, it's a little bit different. You know, my girlfriend works in the industry. I'm in the industry, right? So for her, being into dance, entertainment, like somewhat of a model, she does everything, right? There is a point where she still has to be a woman and she still wants to be sexy, right? And you want to encourage that. You want your woman to feel sexy and be able to promote sexy, right? But there's a fine line between Savage Fenty and OnlyFans, right? Now, we want to be Savage Fenty. We want to be, you know, you could wear your lingerie and be sexy, right? Now, I don't know if you guys have ever paid attention closely to the Savage Fenty content that a lot of women are posting, but it's sexy. It's exactly what I'm describing right now.
Yeah.
It's not raunchy. It's not
it's
it's
tasteful.
not slutty. It's tasteful.
It's tasteful.
It's tasteful, and that's what you want, right? You want to allow your woman to be sexy and post tasteful content. Like, I don't want to take anything away from her being a woman.
And shout out to Rihanna too for reaching that billionaire status as well.
Shout out to Riri.
Yeah. Fenty's a big on that.
And then also the purpose, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because like Savage Fenty, the purpose is to sell lingerie,
Right.
So like I think the intention and the purpose behind the stuff you're posting has a lot to do with it. So if I think if you could tie the type of post to the intention, it makes it a little easier to deal with, you know?
I agree with that wholeheartedly. Each woman and man need to talk about that specifically.
For sure.
The do's and don'ts.
The do's and don'ts,
Yeah.
For sure.
right? Like, we can't just go through our relationship or life just assuming what others feel is right and wrong. You know, another do and don't. Another can't or don't for me.
Can't. Let's just keep it a buck.
Another can't. Another can't
Yeah.
for me. Another can't for me. And I'm sure these two dudes can relate. Is like my woman being underneath another man's comments, right? With
Which emoji?
It doesn't matter which emoji, all of them. No emojis, no slick comments, fam.
No, none of that.
None of that. No emojis, no slick comments. Okay? And I think I should have really said this second, but the last thing is no DMing men for non-work related issues, or no DMing men that I don't know for non-work related issues.
What issues would?
Oh, and not even issues, just situations.
Okay.
Right? So if it's just on
Careless banter.
careless banter,
Okay.
we not fucking with that.
Okay.
And I want to be clear that I'm sure my girl's not fucking with any of that either.
On your end.
On my page, my girl don't want to see me on Instagram posting gray sweats. Come on, fellas, with it. We don't need no shirtless photos with gray sweats with no drawers on. Just like I don't need her on there with lingerie, you know,
Oh, for sure. Hey, it's a
showing ass and titties.
It's a different. It looked different just like working out with your shirt off, as opposed to trying to accentuate your little V cut right here.
Thirst trapping.
Thirst
Y'all know
trapping.
what it is. It's
Yeah.
called thirst trapping.
Yeah, she ain't gonna like that.
Nah,
shit.
she ain't gonna like that shit. She ain't gonna like. She ain't gonna like that shit. She ain't gonna like me sliding in other women's DMs for non-work related reasons, right? And she ain't gonna like me being underneath another woman's mentions with sloppy comments and suspect emojis. That shit is not happening.
How did you guys enjoy halftime?
That was
That was fun. I like that.
It was fun.
I'm glad you guys took us there.
Yeah.
You know,
Made
we
me tap into another side of my brain.
Because I know Taboo is not Candace's favorite.
Hey, what are
thing.
y'all
Hey,
doing over
watch
there?
it.
What are y'all doing over there, bro? Hey,
What's going on over there?
Physical
Dude,
touch.
you want to tell us about something?
what's going on, bro?
sorry.
Oh, you
Y'all
just
can't wait till you get home.
It was
I'm
a
sorry.
shot.
I'm sorry.
She's
I
getting
can't help
drunker
myself.
by the
Look
minute.
at her.
It was the shots from the
It
game.
was a shot.
Okay,
It was the shots
got
from
them
the
open.
game.
Got them wide open.
I mean, Duke, did you want to explain to us why you wanted to abide by one of Chanel's love languages in the middle of our show right now?
I mean, look at her.
Oh, hello.
I mean, look at her.
Oh,
I mean, come on,
Barbie thing.
right? I mean, it's probably a dude watching right now talking about he don't know what to do with that.
He's like, yes, I do.
Probably some dude talking, he don't know what to do with that. Y'all, he just hating. I know. No, but
Exactly what to do.
on a serious note, people want to hear from you, right? And when you know the whole point of our show is value, right? And there's plenty of women watching our show just like men, right? And I want to know, what advice can you give to women or men, right, that haven't had any luck dating? Right? What is something that
That's a good
you
one.
can tell them that can maybe help them in relationship or dating?
So I can only go off of experience, right?
that's what this
No-
show's all
no
about.
guru,
Straight up,
No
sharing your
guru.
experiences.
I did find that sounds so stupid hearing it back, but like knowing exactly what you want and preparing for it, being proactive in that sense, cuts out a lot of the bullshit. Like when it comes to dating or not or finding the person that you really want to be with.
Yeah.
Like when you know, I don't want this. I don't want this. I do want someone that is affectionate, or I don't want someone that smokes.
Yeah.
I do want someone that you can go as nitpicky as you want. And then also preparing yourself for when the person comes into your life.
That's a big one.
Like simple, making your bed in the morning, preparing. I even was sleeping on one side of my bed. Like preparing for that. Little things like tiny things that you can do to kind of prepare for the person that, because when they do come in, then they sit in that pocket, they sit in that nook that was missing. It's just like,
I'm ready.
it
for
was
that.
an aha, like, yeah, I prepared for this. And just like everything else that we get, that we manifesting the person that you want to be with
Yeah.
is a real thing. And I think that preparing yourself within, like, for you, like what you need to fix, if you need to get your ass in the gym, if you need to be reading them books. I used to be reading them books, not used to be, but just like continuing yourself.
in.
Yeah, pull
Yeah.
yourself in as well as expecting something from someone else and knowing exactly what you want. I feel like that's the answer.
So in the past here, we've talked about that like mental checklist that doesn't really exist but exists that we know about, like that you put on paper, like a mental piece of paper of what you're looking for. So is it safe to say that you created your own list prior to meeting me, or just think about being a single
100%.
woman? That it's safe to say that women have their own list of the things that they're looking for.
Yeah, and you learn that from relationships, like past relationships and like
Experience.
dating experience. So like anyone that I ever dated prior, like I legit learned from you.
Absolutely.
I legit learned what I didn't want and
Right.
what I feel like I cannot do without.
So again, like Candace said, speaking from experience, one thing that I used to do was something that I stopped doing was, and this is advice for people who are dating, is stop looking for happiness in people and find it in yourself first.
That's it.
Period.
Yeah.
Because people are going to disappoint you, and no one's perfect.
Guaranteed.
And the only person that you can really bet on is yourself. And
It's gonna ooze off of you, and they're gonna
Yeah.
smell that aroma.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Real.
So finding
Pheromones.
happiness, finding like the things that you truly love, finding the things that make you tick are something that you should stand firm on and understand that, this is what you believe, and bring that into your dating experiences.
Yeah.
And it'll just give you a clearer picture to figuring out like, okay, what do I want in a partner? It just makes things a lot easier because feelings are very fleeting. And the moment you're like so into someone one moment and then so not into them, it can cause a lot of havoc in your dating life. So find happiness in yourself.
So really just like understanding what you want first, right?
Ultimately bringing it back to that list. Yes, understanding, really be firm about the things that work for you, the things that don't work for you. I think I say that to you all the time.
Yeah.
Like that's not going to work for you. That's not going to work for me. Or, even in friendships. So in all levels of your life, your business relationships, your personal relationships, your family relationships, those boundaries are going to be key to helping things seem more clear in your dating life.
And it'll help you sift through the dating process.
Yes.
Like by the second date, I'm gonna know whether we're going on a date or another date. You know what I mean? Like,
From the live, I seen a comment in there that said, I believe that a good woman and the right woman go hand in hand. And I'm so excited for them to see this episode so we can understand exactly why that may not be the case. And the reason why I say that is I do want them to know is because I don't believe there's a such thing as the wrong woman.
Let's be clear about that.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as the wrong woman.
Yeah, for sure.
If you are doing your due diligence within your vetting process, there's only going to be good and right.
Right.
Those will only
If
be
you're doing
the
your job.
If you're doing your job.
If you're doing your
So
job.
you have to put that if you come across the wrong woman, you have to put that accountability on yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've come across good women. We'll just use the word countless amounts of time. I've
Countless.
I've come across good women, and somebody say, well, what do you constitute as a good woman? Who says that you're a good woman? Okay, well let's even go deeper than beyond beyond cooking and cleaning. No. I mean, I could sit back and look and like, hey, if I had a child with this person, they'll be an incredible mother.
Right. Yeah.
They
That's a
would.
great way.
My family loves this person.
Yeah. That's a great way to describe it.
I enjoy them. They don't get on my nerves. We can spend time together. It doesn't bother me. But does she make me better in my heart? Does she make me want to be a better person?
Or did she even like fuel me?
Does she fuel me?
Yeah.
Right? Does she really just get me going? Does she do it for me?
And those are the intangibles.
Are we having stimulating conversations?
Yeah. Does she do it
Are
for
we
me?
are we learning anything from one another?
Maybe I'm giving out a cheat code, but there's nothing like stimulating conversation.
No.
And you know why it's not a cheat code? Because I don't even know what stimulates me. The right woman does.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know when I have that conversation, it's like, did you hear the gasp? Oh my God, I didn't even think about that like that. What made you even go there like that?
to where she's open. Like I've look, when your mind is opened up from a woman and she can put certain thoughts in you that you're like, yo, I can be better than I was yesterday because of what she just told me. Oh yeah, we gotta keep her around a little bit.
Yeah.
Everything
gotta keep her around.
everything that we're fighting with as men, everything that we fight with, right? The pride, the ego, the reluctancy to just let go of control and be responsible for all good things that happen, right? Everything. When you have the right woman, she just makes you forget about everything. When you run into the right woman, she just makes you forget about everything. She says, you know what? It don't even matter. And like you said, man, you start thinking like, oh, I didn't even know I wanted to do that.
Yeah.
I had no idea that I would even like this.
Wow.
My whole life, my idea of this was just like, no, I'm not doing that. But now I'm like, oh, she actually got me feeling like I want to do this. And you get to that point, where you're with the right woman, like, oh wow, like this is crazy. I didn't even know I like social media like this.
Yeah, I didn't even know.
I didn't even know, like,
great.
I never even thought I even want to like have a business with a woman.
Man.
Right? I never even knew I wanted to like, be public and speak about my love with the woman. Right? I never knew I wanted to do that.
Yeah.
And you get to that point, you're like, all right, let's do it.
It's crazy. I talked about earlier about being the best man. I feel like I'm the best man I've ever been right now. But I also feel like I'm having the most fun. I can hear it. I'm having the most.
Hey guys, Omar's been smiling since we've been on this topic.
No, for real, because this is a good topic for me.
Yeah.
This is a good topic for me.
Yeah.
Like I really enjoy talking about this one. But like even things like the fellas know in here, but for the viewers and the listeners, like I don't dance, right? Like that's not my thing, right? But in fact, I've always been fascinated with dance. Like I'm like, damn, that shit is cool. Like I wish I could do that. You know what I'm saying? And for the longest time in my life, like, I've always thought like I wish that I could do it, but I'm like, I don't think I can, right? But dating Candace, she makes me feel like I can.
A
and
dancer.
Then on top of that, it's like it now becomes fun for me. It's like, oh shit, this shit is actually fun.
It's actually fun.
This shit is actually fun. It's not just for like people that dance. Like this is a form of way to express yourself, right? And just be creative and let loose, right? And to me, that's another thing that the right woman will do.
Yeah.
She'll allow you to have the most fun you could have in your life, bro. Like I feel like I'm in Six Flags every day.
Yeah.
Wow, that was deep.
I feel like I'm in Six Flags every day when I wake up with my woman.
Wow.
So I'm glad that you said that. We've established that the relationships that you two are in, your hearts are more open than they've ever been.
Ever.
Do you feel like having open hearts like this is what allows you to be open to new activities and trying new things that she suggests to you?
Yeah. It's the only way it can happen. It's the only way you can be accepting and inviting of new things, new places, new ideas, new mentalities. Like I said before, right? You certain families you grow up in, you grow up a certain way, especially as a male. Like, yo, being a man is only one way for us. Get money, get money, be hard, be tough. Don't talk about our feelings. That's like it. Get women.
Women.
Right? That's it. And then we meet the right women. It's like, oh, it's more to life.
Yeah.
Well, it's a whole different perspective that I'm rocking with now. Right? Like all that stuff is in the past, and we start moving different. We start thinking different. We start wanting to do all these activities with our women. Right? We love double dating now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We love double dating. You feel me? And it's like the vulnerability aspect starts coming in, and then it's like, all right, it's not about not feeling safe anymore with the good woman, but it's like feeling completely open with the right woman.
Yeah.
Right? And when you feel open with the right woman, life is easy like that.
Yeah.
Because how you feel, you can speak about it.
Yeah. Most guys kind of be like restricting the flow of that.
Yeah.
And one thing that I think we have to normalize is changing our opinions once we're exposed to new information and new experiences.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you have to change your opinion now because she showed you other things that you didn't know about.
Yeah.
You know, she's brought other things out of you. So now you have to change your opinion on what you feel about women and stuff like that.
You feel like when you guys got your women, right? Do you feel like your targets, your goals, your targets became clearer? Did they help that become clearer for you?
Yeah, you become far more focused.
Far more focused. for
Dialed
sure.
in. Like every day is like a game 7.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that's an NBA reference.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like every day is serious. It's like, yo, I gotta be on my P's and Q's. Well, for one, my woman is on her P's and Q's.
Yeah.
Right? She's bringing that out of me.
And like we mentioned, I think that's a part in the episode previous. I think that's a part of the respect factor as well.
Yeah.
Just waking up saying like, I need to be the best me
Yeah.
that I can possibly be for this woman because of the way she makes me feel.
Yeah.
Like, forget anything that because of the way she makes me feel. I gotta be the best me.
Your focus gets sharper, and your vision gets clearer, but your goal is heightened.
Oof.
You know what I mean? You have
Not working for one anymore.
now your goals is just heightened.
Mm-hmm.
It's just what it is. Like, yo, like this is the right woman. I want to be everything for this woman, and that's how you conduct yourself. So when you wake up in the morning, before I've always been a hard worker.
Right.
I've always been disciplined, right? But I've always did my thing and then went back to doing whatever I was doing. But now you got this woman who's the right woman, not just a good woman. And now it's like she's in your thoughts every day. Now we talking about, all right, because even if you're not married, you're still like us.
I want you to touch on
That's
that.
one of my talking points. Go get it. Go get it.
Go get it.
Go get it,
Go
dude.
run with it. Go run with it.
Where am I?
Pick up and run.
Pick up and
She in
run.
your thoughts.
So she's in your thoughts.
When did that happen?
Okay, man, you start to. It happens gradually, right? For me, at least, it happened gradually. But once I hit it, it's like, oh, I can't even manifest a life without my woman. I can't even formulate thoughts without my woman being involved. Right? That's how you know you got the right woman, right? When you're thinking about this woman, like that's a part of my life, right? Why? Because she's gonna help me get there. She's gonna help me get there. That's how I know she's the right woman. You know what I'm saying? And for Chanel and I, initially, it wasn't necessarily like I saw her as like, yo, she's the woman of my dreams. I gotta have her right now. Right? I was like, yo, she's bad as fuck. Like, yo, she's bad. I gotta have her. Right? It was like that, right? But over time we got to that point where it's like, oh wow, like I'm starting to love this woman, and then like, oh, I'm starting to feel things and see things from this woman that I've never seen from other women. And I'm starting to see things from myself that I've never seen in myself. Right?
Yep.
And you guys were able to attest to that.
Yep.
Right? I've never been able to say, yo, I like this woman. I want to be with this woman. I've had conversations with this woman and really like speak to you guys about it so clearly.
Yeah.
Right? And for the first time, in our friendship, you guys got to see me be super vulnerable with a woman. Right? And you can look at the signs, right? If I'm a private person on social media, but now I'm with this woman.
You hanging out. You outside.
when
You
I really-
outside. Hey, you outside, bro.
Y'all outside.
Right? I don't have to, right?
Yeah.
I'm really like just exposed.
Yeah.
And I don't care.
Yeah.
Because I feel like this is the right woman,
Yeah.
and when you wake up every day and that's the thought process, it's okay.
Shit is beautiful.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's got to be complete. Rooted to the truth.
Hey, on that note, we're going to get into today's halftime show. What's the deal, y'all? I'm Omar. Welcome back to the Nice and Neat halftime show. Y'all know what we do here, man. We get into fun games. We got an exciting guest here, Tank the General. Salute to him. He's in here dropping game, dropping knowledge for all of us here. All of us here, we're learning something. But this is one of my favorite parts of the show. Dim the rules. Duke, talk to us, man. What we got? What we got?
All right, y'all. So we talking about romance. We talking about intimacy. We talking about sex. So we're gonna keep it in line. All right. So here's a scenario. All right. We having sex. Not us.
Let's be clear.
Not us.
We got it.
But you're having sex with a woman, right? And you're done. Simple. Who gets the towel? Who has to get up and go get the towel to wipe?
Whoever on top. Whoever on top gotta go get the towel. No, that's gotta be a universal law rule.
That's the rule.
That's the rule, Mel.
You know what?
That's
If you
the
on top,
rule.
you gotta go get the towel.
I think it depends on who got worked.
Ooh.
That's good. That's
Straight
good.
up.
Listen,
Because you can be on top and still get that work.
if she got worked and she is laying there
It's who-
debilitated,
The leg shaking.
Then you
know
got to
what
get
I'm
the
saying?
towel. Then you
Leg
saying you got to get the towel or she got to get the towel?
if she has nothing left,
Whoever down.
whoever down,
The
the other person has to get the towel.
Yeah. For real.
Because going to get the towel is almost like a victory walk.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Hey.
It's almost, I got this towel for you. You know what I'm saying? Go. You know what I'm saying? Go wipe your hot ass down. Yeah.
Hey, yo, hold
That's
on.
how you look at yourself in that mirror. You be like,
Hey,
did that.
yeah.
Hey.
Did that.
Hey, you know you really did it too when you wait till the water get warm.
I was just about
I'm
to
not
say
getting no
that.
cold towel.
I'm
not
not giving
getting
no
no
cold
cold
towel.
towel.
I'm a worker in this show. I care too.
I was
listen.
just about to say.
And
hey,
come through
hey, why,
gently.
Got to tap certain parts too.
hey, why do you wet the towel?
Because it's dry.
It's gonna
It's
get
gonna dry
sticky.
up.
It's
It's gonna get
sticky.
sticky.
It's sticky.
That shit
and
rubs against your skin.
sometimes when she get work, she can't hop right in the shower right afterwards.
Nah.
It might not be a good sign if after you finish, she just be like, "All right, thanks." It hops in the shower.
Hey,
But if she falling asleep, you know what I'm saying? If she pass out, like 'cause sometimes while you waiting for that water to get hot,
Yep.
she may need a little nap.
it's crazy.
You come back and
It's
you like, I
crazy
got
how
the.
fast people go to sleep after they get worked.
You be like,
No,
I got,
for real.
I got the.
Hey, yo, so when y'all get the towel, do y'all wipe or do y'all throw it to them to wipe?
No,
You
no,
gotta
no,
wipe.
no, no,
You
no,
gotta
no.
wipe.
You don't throw it.
You gotta wipe.
You gotta
You
wipe.
gotta
so
wipe,
like,
yeah.
like,
Fellas, don't
Unless,
throw
unless
it.
she,
that-
say, unless
what's
she
that?
say, I got it, baby.
what's that, Mr. Miyagi?
Wax on, wax off.
You got wax on, wax off.
Well, and
it's,
you
it's
got
more, it's
no,
more
no,
like,
no, no, no,
it's more like
no.
You got
American,
dab.
you gotta block that shit.
Top,
You gotta block that
top
shit.
to the bottom.
Top to
You
the
gotta
bottom.
wipe down.
Rooted to the tool.
Wow.
You don't
That's
wipe
how we
up.
got here.
You gotta wipe,
That's how
wipe
we got
down.
here.
Wipe down.
Wow, that's the coaching point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wipe
Wipe
down.
down.
fellas.
fellas.
So we got whoever got worked,
Get
relax.
later.
Relax.
They get to relax,
Yeah.
right? The person who did the working gets the towel.
Yeah.
Warm towel.
Warm
Warm
towel.
towel.
Gotta be a warm towel.
Gotta be warm towel.
If you get a cold towel, first of all, you
You
ain't
dirty.
care
You
about
get a
it.
warm towel, you dirty.
towel.
You're an asshole.
Yeah, you're
You're an asshole. You're an asshole.
Yeah, you didn't even wait for the water to get warm.
Nah, you just don't give a
Yeah.
you just don't give
Right?
a don't give a
And then you gotta be gentle. Like fellas, don't be like, don't
Rough.
just be rough with it, because obviously it's tender.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, y'all just
You
finished.
just beat it up.
Yeah, come
Blot.
on,
You said
beat it up.
blot.
Take your time.
Take
Beat
your
it up.
time.
Towel as rough as it
Take
is.
your
Matter
time.
of fact, take the warm towel, place it first.
Place it, and then because
Place it first.
R&B shit.
And then you gotta top down.
And then
And then you top down.
look, keep in mind, and everybody gets this preferential treatment.
Yo. Hey,
Damn the rules.
The realest statement is, it's not you, it's me. Speak on that. Let's touch on that. Let's touch on that.
well, that just means it is you. I just don't want to hurt your feelings.
That's all it means.
That's all that means. It's
I'm trying to let you down easy, baby.
it's okay.
Is there ever, is
It's
there
partially you. Okay, I'll say that. It's partially just don't want to hurt your feelings. So I think that
is there ever a situation where it really is you
yeah.
and
Well,
not them?
Is it?
what
is
you
there-
mean? What you mean?
Like to where you like, hey yo, like
Yeah. We
This is-
were just talking
this
about
is-
this actually.
we was just talking
Yeah.
about this.
So in a situation where I'm dealing with a young lady, right? But the woman of my dreams walks into my life, right? The woman of my dreams walks into my life.
See ya.
And the woman of my dreams, when she walked in my life, there's nothing you could do about it. All right, there's nothing it has nothing to do with you. You're a good person.
You're a great woman.
You're honorable.
You're a great woman.
Honorable woman.
You're beautiful, and and in a perfect, like if we took that next step, I think you'll be a great mother. But there's nothing you could do about it.
Sorry.
So in that case, when this woman, the woman of my dreams, walks into my life, I gotta go. I gotta go, and that's when it comes. Hey, it's not you.
It's me.
It's me.
It's me. It has nothing to do with you. It's me.
Okay.
I'll be the one to take the risk to go and get them bands. I'll be the one to never sit.
Rules.
Yes, sir.
With that said, y'all, we're going to conclude this week's and this season's final halftime show the only way we know how. Some positive energy, some positive vibrations, and a smile, of course. About to get into the second half. Let's go.
So we spoke about the things that you guys did or we did personally that we can remember to stand out for our women, right? And things that are going to help us be memorable, right? What are some things that your women did to stand out, right? For you to be like, yo, like, she's worthy of being cuffed, or this is someone I could like take serious, or, the thing that she did to make her be the person that's top of the mind for you. What does that look like?
Okay.
You tell me what you want to do, because I got one loaded.
Okay, cool. Me too.
Okay, cool. Let's
So,
go.
and it's in relation to the game that I said was important for me, if just as far as being able to speak to her interests. When I was really blown away at one point when, obviously when you just kind of like talking to somebody, you give them information here and there. You don't really know what people are processing. You don't know what they're writing down. You don't really know. And someone really cares about you when by the way they listen to the things that you say that you didn't know they were listening to. So I remember when I came home one day and I had people don't send me flowers, right? I have a big arrangement. You can't just call these flowers because it was an arrangement. I had a big arrangement, and it came on the anniversary of my mom's passing. And the note was just saying, I love you. I love you as a person, and I care about you. And I just want to make sure that you kind of have strength through this day that you're dealing with. And the fact that she remembered the day that my mom passed, and I think she even tried to go through to get it to me.
She did. She hit me up in a DM. And at the time, you hadn't introduced us to each other. So I was like, yeah, I don't know about all that.
Right.
I'm sorry. I'm just keeping it a buck.
Hey,
keep it a buck. I don't know about all that one.
But she remembered that day, and I was like, oh shit, this girl really cares about me. To be able to just say, I want to make sure I send it. She could have called me. But she decided to send an arrangement. And that's what I was like, okay, game.
Game.
Game recognized game.
Game
And I had to
recognized
respect
game.
that, but it meant a lot to me. It meant a lot to me for sure.
Yeah, I think I spoke on this situation, this story before, maybe like season 1 or season 2. But I know we got a lot of new people here. We've grown since season 1, season 2. So I'm gonna tell the story again. But one situation in particular that helped me view Candace in the light of her beginning to get cuffed was when we went to Atlanta. Actually, Duke, you were with me. We went to Atlanta together. I went to go visit her. She was shooting this film at the time. And this is definitely not something that we require or even expect at all. But we went out to this strip club where, in Atlanta, the strip club is like part of the culture. Like, you go there to eat, you go there to drink, you go there to watch football games, you go there to do everything, right? That's just part of the culture there in Atlanta. So we go to the strip club, and we're having a good time. It's me, Candace, and Duke, and we're drinking, we're eating, and everything's all good, man. And we finished the meal, and the bill comes, and Candace grabs the bill. She grabs the bill. I'm looking at Duke looking at me. We like, what the fuck going on? She handled it. She handled it. And I am never and have never and will never be looking for my woman to handle anything for me financially. But the fact that she did put me on notice that she is someone that I should be interested in cuffing. Right? The fact that she became that right there let me know that she's financially invested into me and whatever that I got going on. She just paid for me and my homie to eat. No way.
Player shit.
That's game. So that right there is a moment in time that I could look back and say, damn, you know what? She could get cuffed. But I got another one. I got another situation, because I already spoke on that situation before, but I have another situation that I could look back in hindsight and say, yeah, that's the reason why we're here where we are today. I had been released by Chicago. You and I had moved out together. I didn't have a place to live. Not that I was homeless and down and out. So it's not. It's not that. But I gotta be honest, right? I didn't have a place to live. I wasn't homeless. So I wasn't down and out. But I didn't have a place to live. And the homie, good friend of ours here at the show, man, let me come inside his home, right, and stay there for a couple weeks. But I'm in there sleeping on his daughter's bed. Right, I'm sleeping in the guest or her room, sleeping on the daughter's bed, and Candace is coming to hang out with me, right? And the days that she came to hang out with me, it was like she was so comfortable and content and rocking with me in someone else's spot that I was just like, yo, this is someone I gotta consider being the one for me, fam. My situation is so uncertain, and she is so comfortable being here by my side.
With you.
With me.
Wow.
With me. It's like she doesn't even matter. She's been we had an apartment. She's been to our house. Our shit was player plush, bachelor-esque, you know? And she comes to my house where, not even my place. I'm at a homie's place, and I'm sleeping on a twin bed. She slept with me on a twin bed. Fam. As I'm in the middle of this process of trying to figure out my life, I'm trying to transition and figure it out. You know, I was like, oh, this is somebody that I need to consider on cuffing. So those are two situations in particular, you know, that got me to where I'm at with Candace today.
Yeah.
What about you, dude?
Man,
Because I think those are some really good like qualities. Once again, for my situation, it was somebody listening to me without me even understanding they were listening. It was somebody being there for O without him even realizing he needed
Straight
someone
up
in that capacity.
Straight up.
What was something for you that was showcased to where you was like, I really need to consider this girl to be my girl outside of the rest?
I think one time we had a conversation. We just had a conversation that the type of conversation we'll have now, we had before we got together. So one time we were talking about things that I could do better and that she could do better, right? And I've never had a conversation, I've never spoken to women that weren't my girlfriend about things that need to change in our interaction or relationship. And I remember early on, it was like the first time we had like a tough conversation. And I can't remember the context of what it was about. I just remember that like, I've never done this before with someone that wasn't my girlfriend. And I remember being vulnerable with her and telling her like, I don't like when you do this. You feel me? And immediately after that, she's changed it. So she was a woman that wasn't the woman that was going to hear a man that's not her boyfriend say something that they didn't like and dismiss it and say, well, you're not my boyfriend. You can't tell me that. She was the woman that was telling me, okay, well, you're not my boyfriend, but I care about you and I value you and I really see myself doing something with you beyond what we're doing now. So I'm going to change that. And then the way she communicated her dislike for whatever I was doing was very just like, yo, I want you to change this because I feel like we got something. You know what I mean? So the type of conversation was super productive early on. Instead of just like, it didn't feel like she was bickering with me. It didn't feel like, I didn't get the sense that she was talking shit about me to her homegirls. Like I felt like whatever problem she had with me, she really wanted to like get down to the bottom of it with me because she wanted to move forward. And you guys know that when you don't want to move forward with somebody, you don't have those conversations.
Yep.
Any woman that I don't care for and I just know it's not going to be in my future, I'm not bringing any problem up to. It's not worth it. So when we started having those conversations, I was just like,
Okay.
Okay.
This is where we at.
And we weren't together. You know what I mean? So it made me open to, it made me kind of look into our future together and say, hey, if this is the type of if this is how we are right now, then I'm excited for what we have.
Straight up.
And that made her, for me, memorable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I've never had it before. So I think that's what stood out. So like I think that from what I took away from everybody, man, just being able to stand out, you can be, it's a bunch of different ways. Being considerate, paying attention, remembering things that your partner or whoever says that aren't, you know, big announcements.
Right.
Small things, right? Where like if you remember something that you don't really say a lot and you come back and say, hey, you said this one time, so I got you this, I got you flowers or whatever. It's like, damn, she remembered that?
Yep. Pay attention to the little.
She paying attention
to the little things.
So,
Yeah.
and then for you, it's just like the thought of women even just like paying for like a man and his friends is like crazy to me.
So far-fetched.
So when a woman does it, it automatically puts her at the front of thought. It's like, yo, this doesn't happen for me, but this one time it happened.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
And I think that's important. So doing things essentially that's gonna help you
I'll
stand
be the
out.
one to take the risk to go and get them bands. I'll be the one to never sit and go and make a plan. Knowing my mother getting old and I don't got no time. Gotta keep a couple for the road, the rest get left behind. Yeah. To the hundreds, pledge allegiance, I stand.